Good morning and thank you for being here. My name is David Fulcher. I'm the Southern Region Chief for Cal Fire. Spelling of my last name is Fulcher. Tragically, I'm here to talk about an incident that occurred yesterday afternoon at approximately 6:03 in the evening. Cal Fire and Riverside County Fire Department resources were dispatched to a reported structure fire near the intersection of Broadway Street and Ronda Avenue in the community of Cabazon. Shortly after the arrival of the first engine company, it was reported that the fire had extended into the vegetation and a full wildland fire dispatch was initiated, which included fixed-wing and rotary-wing aircraft. While engaged in the firefight, two helicopters collided. The first helicopter was able to land safely nearby. Unfortunately, the second helicopter crashed, and tragically, all three members perished, which included one Cal Fire division chief, one Cal Fire fire captain, and one contract pilot. The crash caused an additional 4-acre fire, which was extinguished. On behalf of Chief Bill Weiser, Director Joe Tyler, and myself, I would like to express our deepest sympathies and sorrow to the family and co-workers of the personnel. This was a tragic loss for the community, the fire service community in Cal Fire and Riverside County Fire Department. I would also like to thank the following departments and agencies for assisting us during this tragic event: Riverside County Sheriff's Office, the California Highway Patrol, the U.S. Forest Service, and the Morongo Fire Department. And finally, and although this was a tragic event, we are also thankful today that it wasn't worse. The individuals in the first helicopter were able to land safely without incident, and no one else was hurt. We think about this and how it affects the families. We have lost three great individuals, three fathers, three husbands, three friends, three sons, three daughters. Excuse me, not daughters, but daughters have lost their fathers, sons have lost their fathers. And we want to tell everyone, while this sacrifice should not be in vain, that we think about them. We will be there to support them. We will be there today, and I can express that Chief Bill Weiser has met with two of the family members, and we are working on meeting with the third. We just want to let them know that we're there for them in this time of need, and we'll be there for them in the future. Thank you.
Can you explain each of these helicopters? The Sikorsky is the one that made the hard landing. Was it carrying parts or water? Had it already dropped its load?
Unfortunately, we're still being investigated in what it was, where it was, and how it was. So we'll have to wait for the NTSB to finish their investigation for the facts.
Okay, but were both the Sikorsky and the Bell engaged in water dropping or retardant dropping, or was the Bell the ATC?
So the Bell helicopter itself was an observer and coordinator. It was what we call a helco, while the Sikorsky Sky Crane was a water-dropping helicopter. However, I cannot confirm whether it was dropping retardant or water.
And then could you confirm who has the helicopter? So the Bell, is that Cal Fire's property?
So both helicopters were under exclusive agreement with Cal Fire. So they were contract aircraft.
Both were contract aircraft?
Yes.
And then the only Cal Fire employees were the two that were on the Bell?
That's correct.
So everybody else, including the Sikorsky, were contract pilots?
That's correct.
Okay. How many were on the Sikorsky?
On the Sikorsky, there were two.
Two. Then can you characterize the fire and what the call was initially, how many acres, fuels, and that kind of thing?
So I can tell you that the fire originally originated in a structure, the first fire that the resources responded to, which was called I believe that would be the Bonita fire, that had spread to the wildland. I cannot express or defined what type of wildland, whether it was heavy shrub grass or not. But it's the typical grass and vegetation in the Cabazon area. And then the second one was called I think it was the Broadway. I'm sorry.
Broadway was first.
I'm sorry, I'm reversed. Broadway was the first fire. Bonita was the second fire that was resulted from the crash.
Got it. So that's where we saw the two crews on up and kind of opposite ends, then, right?
Yes.
So there were homes near where the two helicopters went down?
I cannot speak to that right now.
I'm sorry?
I cannot speak to that right now.
Okay. So the structure fire started the Broadway fire.
That's correct.
And when you say structure, is that a home, a building, an outbuilding?
That hasn't been released yet, so I don't have that information.
Okay. And were there any injuries associated with that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Were people at home at the time?
I do not have that information. Two. It was a contract pilot.
So you don't know whether both of them were loaded or not? I mean, in terms of retardant?
Well, the smaller aircraft didn't have retardant on it. That's an observation and coordination. That's the Elco. And I cannot speak to whether or not the sky crane was full of water or retardant at the time of the crash.
Were those the only two aircraft you had? And you said you had fixed wing as well, right?
No, those were not the only two aircraft assigned.
Okay.
So at the time of the incident, there was one air attack, two fixed wing, which were tankers, one Cal Fire helicopter, and the other two helicopters.
So that's a lot of air power for brush fire. So spreading fast.
That's not an uncommon dispatch for a wildland fire to send those resources.